is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Sorry if it's a little bit windy. It's a little bit windy outside today, but today's a good day. Not only because I get to go see the new Avengers tonight, I get to go watch Batman, Superman, duke it out a little bit. We have a new car, so I'm not gonna glorify it in any other way. I'm just gonna spin it around and we're gonna talk about it. No crazy edits today, just a good old-fashioned car, and you're about to know what I mean by old-fashioned. Here we go. Okay, so before you guys freak out on me and ask me why did you get this car, Dane? This is a big silver blob. We'll get to the whys in a second, but for now let's focus on the what. So what we have here is a 1998 Lexus GS 300, 3-liter inline-6 in the front, automatic transmission, which is actually kind of nice, and it's big, and it's silver, it's rear-wheel drive, and it's just beautiful. It's such a clean car. So let's start at the front here. Let's go check this out. So these headlights are custom. They're 20 years old. That's the custom on it. And first things first, this car is a one-owner car its entire life. Little old lady has owned this car the car's entire life, so it's been very well maintained. And this little old lady weighed about 90 pounds, so the interior is, I'm talking, brand new. So, I mean, you got little, I'm talking baby imperfections here and there. There's some bugs on it because I've been driving it. But, I mean, for a 20-year-old car, man, look at it. Straight as can be. I mean, you get, I'm sure she made, you know, a couple little dings here and there, but on the whole, not a bad example of what 1998 had to offer. Chrome clad wheels, I'm talking the works, man. This thing's she's a beast for sure. Sunroof, I've never actually owned a car with a sunroof before. That's kind of cool. So what do you guys think? Look, you guys want to see what's under the hood of this beast? Just wait right there. All right, here we go. Where are we at? Okay, so the hood shocks are gone, so forgive me, I have to hold it up here. But there she is. 2JZGE is what the engine on this is. So you see, it's very, very stock. That even though it's a stock manifold, it looks pretty big. So that's it. She's stock, probably gonna stay that way for a while. Let's go ahead and drop. We'll put some aftermarket hood struts on it though, so the hood stays up. Plus, I just like the lines of this car, man. It's just simple, you know. It's just like Lexus, especially it's just easy on the eyes, you know. It's not edgy, it's not life-changing. It's just a nice car, you know. It's just, you know, you have this weird, you know, smile right here and just, you know, little nerdy looking eyes. I mean, you can just tell that someone who's smart designed this car, and it's just a really clean, pretty car. I mean, there's not really anything bad I have to say about it. And the cool part is there's actually a small following for these things, so I couldn't even begin to tell you what we're gonna do with it, but I'm glad we have it. So let's jump inside. And show you guys what we're working on the inside. So you open the door and you're immediately greeted by what can only be described as the best, it's either real or fake, I'm gonna go with probably fake, the best fake wood the late 90s have to offer. You have, you know, one thing they didn't really understand in the late 90s was contrast, so everything's kind of the same color. Apart from the wood, everything's the same, which is okay, it's fine. So automatic everything, you got presets in here. Let's get in this bad girl. Let's see if we can find the super nice Lexus key. Whatever. I always liked cars that you had the key in the dash instead of the actual like whatever. Oh yeah. If you're thinking, hey Dana, is that automatic tilt and telescopic? You bet your sweet butt it is. And she fires right up. Gauges in it, super simple, nothing cool. White face, you have tack, speedo, temperature, gas, Prindle. That's about it. Coming down to the center, you have one thing that's cool that, you know, you never really had. I don't ever use it unless Madison's in the car because she's always cold. Dual zone climate control, sweet. Radio, might have been good in the 90s. It's a little bit. Not terrible, not great. No one knows what that is anymore. That's called a cassette player for you younger kids. Of course, secondary Prindle right there. You have that and that. I don't even know what they do. I haven't even touched it at all. But other than that, yeah, it's just a symphony of gray is what we're gonna call this car. So let's turn you guys around here. So now that you guys have seen it, I know you're jealous. It's fine. It's okay to be jealous every now and again. Let's take her for a drive, and I will explain to you guys why on earth this car is in my possession. So answer some questions. All right, boys and girls, let's put this thing in D for darn fast, and let's see what the old girl's got. So, like I said, right now we're not really gonna review this car. The review will be coming later. This is really kind of just showing you guys the car and kind of, like I said, working on the whys. So let me give you this car's background real quick. This car was bought brand new by a lady named Jenny Newman, and lived in California almost her entire life, and then she moved down to Texas for a little bit, and so this car's been a California car most of its life, and then just like I said, it's been a few years down here. It's only been here for probably 5 years maybe, and like I said, she bought the car brand new. This car was her baby, man. I guess before I go into any more detail, let me tell you, a little bit about Jenny Newman. She was, man, she was one of the coolest people in the whole world. She always loved everything you did. It doesn't matter if she didn't know anything about it. She didn't know anything about cars, but she loved that I love cars. And she was definitely just one of the coolest people to be around. Always laughing, always having a good time. And if you haven't done the math by now, she was my great-grandmother. And so this car obviously is more special to me than just any other car, right? And so she passed away a few years ago, and this is kind of how the story of where I got the car comes in. She passed away a few years ago, and then it just kind of became my grandmother's car. She already had a car, and this is the grandmother with the Solstice, and just kind of fell into her lap, and it's been sitting in the driveway for a few years. And so my grandmother calls me one day, and she says, "Hey," she's not a big car, like car world, especially with used cars. Everything they've bought's always been new. She's like, "Hey, how do I sell this thing?" The Lexus was just taking up space in the driveway. They weren't doing anything with it. And she's like, "How do I sell it? Where would I sell it? Well, can you help me?" And at first I was like, "Yeah, I'll help you sell it." But the more I thought about it, I was like, "I want you to sell it. This is a Grammy's car." And so, I mean, this car, whoa! Calm down. Let me take you back in time to like 8-year-old Dane going to visit Grammy in California. They lived in Bakersfield, California. And I remember going to Grammy's house, dude. And you know the weird thing is you remember when you were a kid? I remember this car for one reason, because she had like this like sheep's wool seat covers that were like this thick and super squishy, and for some reason that's what stuck. And but I always loved that, because I was always like, this is the comfiest, coolest thing in the world. And so I always loved Grammy's Lexus, and it was just always Grammy's Lexus, Grammy's Lexus, Grammy's Lexus. And I just always loved it, because especially, back when this car came out, it was a really cool car. And it was just really well built. It had a good engine, good power, blah, 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 blah. But anyways, yeah, it was just always a super nice car. And so like I said, so I got the opportunity to take, because I told my grandmother, I was like, well, instead of selling it, can I have it? I was like, I can make videos with it, and then I can drive it. I cannot drive the Mustang as much, I can drive this more. And then it just gives me another car to do stuff with on the channel. And so she said, sure. So here we are with the 98 Lexus that, dude, I'm talking, this car's perfect, man. I mean, it just, the outside is, it's got its little nicks and stuff out there, but on the inside, the car is absolutely flawless. There's not a crack in the dash, in a windshield. Nothing doesn't work. It's still a Toyota, so everything works perfect on it. Everything's going to work perfect on it. And it's just a nice, comfy car, man. I mean, there's, look, I love driving a manual car, but there is something to be said for a nice automatic and just literally not having to do anything. It is, it's just, you gotta understand, from where I come from, all I've ever owned were lowered Mustangs. Like, that's literally all I've ever owned. So, getting to drive a big, boaty, 4,500 pound car that's just super squishy, it's so nice. This is my Rolls Royce. And Madison always yells at me because I won't refer to this as my car, I refer to it as the Lexus. because it is. This car's presence to it. It's big and it's a little fishbowl-y right now. We got to tint these windows. But I don't know what we're gonna do. To be honest with you, I have zero clue whatsoever what we're gonna do to this car. I'm gonna drive it every day, so I'm not gonna do too much to it. But at the same time, I want to put some wheels on it. I want to put an exhaust on it. Maybe do something with the stereo because it's a little eh. I like for it to have Bluetooth and stuff because especially if it's how much I drive and as much as Madison calls me. But it's not a bad car, man. It's really perfect for what I want and what I need. It drives great. It runs great. It gets, I would say it gets good gas, but it gets a decent gas because it gets about the same gas mileage as the Mustang. But it's an older car. It's fine. And like I said, it's just perfect. The leather's beautiful. The wood, that wood's not going anywhere. I love that wood. And I don't know, you know, it's a cool car. It's actually got kind of a big following. There's a lot of people that do stuff to these things, but more than that, the car holds a lot of value to me sentimentally. And so just for that reason alone, I'm excited to own it. But I'm also excited to see what we can do with it. We'll have some fun with it. Like I said, the coolest part about Grammy was she liked everything you did. So I hope she likes what we're gonna do to her car. So, we'll see. Ball's in your court now. What on earth should we do to this thing? Do you guys know anything about this car? Because honestly, I didn't know anything about it until I got it and then joined a couple Facebook pages and saw that there was a lot of people that do stuff to these cars. And so it kind of made me excited. I was like, oh, hey, cool. I kind of have, a car I can, play around with a little bit. So, it seems like you can kind of take these cars in any direction. It seems like you can go the stanced route, or you can go big turbo, big power, build the motor route, or you could go with the super nice like pillows in the back seat and like airplane tray tables look. So we already nixed that one. So, but I am excited to get in touch with my tuner side and see if I can break into the JDM world a little bit. So let me know what you guys want to see on this car first. Genuinely, because this is the first car I've ever owned that I literally have no idea what I'm gonna do with it. At all. Because right now I got the 16s on it and it's super comfy. So part of me wants to keep it stock, but I'm not a stock guy, so that's not actually gonna happen. So just let me know what you guys think we should do with it. First things first, regardless of what you guys think, we're tinting these windows because this is annoying. This is so nice. But it's another thing about this car, we're not reviewing it, but nothing happens fast in this car. You don't jerk this car, you don't punch it, and you don't turn it fast. It doesn't do that. Everything's done gracefully. When you turn it, you turn. You turn, and you turn. I love this car. I love this car so much. Alright though, that's it. I'm done. Like I said, let me know what you guys think we should do to it first. I'm thinking tint. Maybe the radio next. Just thinking of like things that I spend the most time doing. In the car, radio, wheels, drop it a little bit. We're not gonna stance it, we're gonna drop it a little bit. We're just gonna eliminate the wheel gap once we put some wheels on it. That's it. Here, I'll leave you guys with a pull. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. Whoa, that's so fast! Woo! That was a smooth 40 miles an hour. It's pretty quick, man. So, I don't know why you guys put up with me. Alright, see you in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.